Hey, what's up, y'all? Hold on, let me take the sunnies off. I want to thank you, Eye to Eye, for checking out Sway's Universe. And I appreciate it. We got so many videos we want you to see, so push that notification button for me. Do it now and enjoy the video. Peace.
This is Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake it.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Crust out, y'all.
I said it's counted for death.
You know who we are?
Come on.
We the last ones left.
Yeah.
Sway in the morning. MC8 is here. New album, Which Way Is West.
Yeah.
Man, I was looking at some of the songs, and I don't know, man. That's how my brain works. You tell me if I'm wrong or not. It's a song called Shut 'Em Down featuring the Outlaws. Compton Zoo. Pass Me By. Gangsta Gangsta. You know, As I Proceed. You know, Shut 'Em Down. When I heard that title, I thought of Public Enemy. So I thought it was a theme going on. Compton Zoo, I thought of Brooklyn Zoo, ODB.
Okay.
Pass Me By, I thought of Far Side, Passing Me By. Gangsta Gangsta, I thought of NWA. Gangsta Gangsta, you know, As I Proceed, Biggie, you know, Diddy. What was that on purpose, or it just happened to be a coincidence?
It was both.
Okay.
I wanted to pay homage to songs that people respected in my era coming up that really meant something to me and what I gravitated to. And then I wanted people to reminisce on those 90s era songs that were hot to people. You know what I'm saying? So my direction was to take you back west. I mean, the title was Which Way Is West, so I wanted to take you back to that era of where people basically respected our art form and really gave thought to what they was trying to put out, you know what I'm saying? So it was significant to me to pay homage to some of those creations that I really was into.
You know, Eiht, as you talking, I'm thinking about the impact that you've made in artists from the West Coast, especially Compton has on us nationally. And back then, I think a lot of what the part of the allure of LA was the lifestyle, you know, and the fact that people were generationally born into this culture of, especially gang culture, which to somebody in LA means something different to somebody looking from the outside in.
Right.
It's more of a family thing than it is just a violence thing, I would imagine. Now you see a lot of artists adapting that whole mentality. They carrying the rags and screaming out blood or Crip or whatever. How do you feel about that? You know, and if they didn't pay the dues to wear the rag, does that bother you, or do you feel like, hey man, that's just more promotion for a lifestyle that I come from?
I've never looked at advocating or promoting the situations that we were born into as trying to uplift that certain thing, but things become fads, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things become gimmicks, things become fads. And when it starts to get into money and corporations and images and whatever, fads can take you different places than originality can. And gimmicks can take you places that originality can. So I felt that a lot of cats were jumping on the image and the gimmick of, let me say I'm a Blood now, or a Crip now, or I hung over here now, because it was popularized. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was doing it on some, like, okay, I was born over here, you know, you got to, or you gonna get chased home every day or jumped every day, or it was a feeling of belonging, protection. You know, I didn't have a father at home. I didn't have an older brother at home. So I started banging to belong, for protection of, I didn't want to get jumped every day or guns pulled on me. I didn't do it because it was something popular to do. And with the rap and with music and with people and the images and social media now, it's like it's the gimmick of it. So I try to not, you know, look at them cats as somebody that we have to check on the real street aspect, because they're doing it for gimmicks and they're doing it for TV and they're doing it for imagery. They're not doing it to go, okay, the homie got smoked by some Crips or Bloods last night, so let's go ride. It's never going to come to that for them, because it's popularized. So you have to look at them in a different light, as if you would look to somebody who you've been banging with since you was 10 years old and they lost a couple of family members or stuck in jail for the next 30 years. When you look at it as, okay, he wasn't wearing a rag last year, but now he's got $1 million video and he's got the rag on and he's claiming whatever. So to me, I just look at it as cats done jumped on that to uplift their image and their gimmick of what they're trying to be next because they never been authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Damn, that was a gang. So then he just broke. Take that round of applause. Let me ask you this. The president recently said that, you know, we're going to focus on trying to dismantle and break up MS-13, which is MS-13, Bloods, Crips, you know, I can name a ton of gangs or organized crime institutions out there. Is that the, you know, having grown up in the culture, is that really the approach that's going to make a difference? Or should we be thinking of, instead of trying to dismantle, should we be thinking of other ways to try to solve the problems?
And that dismantling that they want to do has started way before Trump was even thinking about being a president. I mean, from when I met him in '89, that's been the target.
Yeah, government involvement, does that work in these situations, you think?
It's Crazy Pants just talked about that Friday, remember?
No, I mean, because you're not there in that situation. It's like you said, it's easy to look from the outside into something that you don't understand and figure like, yeah, with a lot of muscle and a lot of bread, we can just go in and do what we got to do. But you don't know the interconnections of what has happened and why them dudes been banging and being there. So I don't think that whatever the politicians and that, you know, dismantle and we gonna do this and we gonna go to, it's basically just saying a green light for police to go in and try to do what they think they can do to disrupt. But like I said, you got fools coming up every day. Fools getting released from prison from doing 20, 25 years, and they still mentality is to represent from where they from. So it's going to be a hard task.
Yeah.
Because when you got people who've been struggling in this fight for the last 30, 40 years, that's what's in them. You can't do anything to take this from me. You know what I'm saying? And you can try, but it's embedded in me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I see cats still to this day that I hang with. Like I said, when Panchy took us to the hood, you know, it's still cats that's there.
Yeah.
So to try to take that away from them, it's all they live for. You get me?
Wow.
Even when we were having this conversation Friday, you were talking about how people from Compton just are used to just being in Compton. That's it.
They don't leave
and
Compton.
don't leave, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Huh?
Well, Preem, you mentioned that y'all met in '89.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, because y'all both been in the game for so long and working and got all your love and your props, who then made the decision? Who made the final decision in terms of creation with the album? Because it's like, if you know you and you know how you sound, then it's Premier doing the, who says, nah, this should go back. Maybe we should do this over. Who makes the final decision on the song?
I mean, I respected Preem for, I mean, come on, y'all. This is Premier. Come on, shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
DJ
saying?
Premier. Y'all were on the same label in the beginning, though.
Yeah, we were
Right.
label mates
Yeah.
too. Yeah, he was on Orpheus, but we used to, and we were and Heather B was label mates with us as well, and
We was all under that the EMI,
SEMA
umbrella.
distribution. Yeah, so all of us did a lot of promo together. You know, and Heather signed later, but then Lords of the Underground signed when you did, and we became label mates and doing our same promo runs, all of that stuff. But I met Eiht in '89. My manager at the time, Patrick Moxie, who now owns Ultra Records, which is super big millionaire stuff. He had just signed Master Ace to be part of our management team with Gangstar, and we had a show in L.A. with WC and the Mad Circle. And I'd never been to L.A. Yeah,
With
Coolio was with us.
Yeah.
And we're standing outside about to go do sound check, and Eiht standing outside, and Guru goes, "Yo, look at that dude. He got 2 beepers. 'Cause, you know, having a pager on your hip was fly. You know, And everybody had a beeper. And he got 2 beepers. So Guru walks up to him and goes, "Yo, why you got 2 beepers on your hip?" He goes, "Yo, my name's Eiht." He said, "I'm from Compton's Most Wanted," you know, had the hard accent, and we like that West Coast accent, the way they talk and stuff, and just like people say, like how New York people talk and stuff. So, and he was like, "Yeah, we label mates," and we like, "Word?" He said, "Yeah, we on Orpheus." So right there, I was like, "Oh yeah. You know what? I saw y'all's poster," and then we just started kicking it. And next thing he said, "Yeah, we got a new video coming out. You're gonna see it in the next couple of weeks." the following week we saw the video, and then we just stayed in touch from that point.
No, but what happened that night though? Y'all
Well,
went
that
back-
was the night that
Wow.
the backstage was more crazy than
Exactly.
the stage.
But what happened?
Ice Cube. Shout to our family. Ice Cube's family. Shout to him.
He had just left NWA, so there was a
Exactly.
lot of tension, and he was there to see
Suge
Doug.
was there.
Yeah, with
Doc
DOC.
was there.
Ren.
Above the
DOC
Law.
was there?
Yeah.
Above
Ren.
the law?
Above
Yeah.
the Law was there.
Ren.
So it was kind of ugly.
MC Ren, JJ Fad, and then a fight broke out with Cube, and because they were like, there he is, and they waited to get to him, and they started fighting, but Cube was fighting back. I
Exactly.
watched. I'm going on stage, and my intro's already playing, and I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, yo, I'm watching this. Forget the stage.
But Cube was throwing back.
Yeah.
I was like,
knuckles?
yeah, Cube was throwing back. I was like, go on, Cube. Yeah. Suge was in the fight too. Word. So that's how I met Suge. From
way back then. I got pictures I just found of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that night?
Yeah.
Oh, we putting a book out.
So big up to both sides. Ice Cube's family. Shout to Kibo. Shout to Star. Shout to Brother Ron. And then we
Brother Ron.
and then I lifted weights with Suge at Snoop and Tupac sessions. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah. Lifted weights. And I met, when I met Pac, the first time I met y'all out in Oakland at the Gavin.
That's right.
We stayed at Money B and Fuse's apartment, and Tupac came in and said, yo, I know y'all heard me do same song. He said, I just signed to a label called Interscope. He said, ain't a label yet that's popping, but I'm about to make some noise there. And he said, I'm going to do this record called Trap. And he said, you're going to see the video. And then he said, but it's going to be on some brothers militant shit. And then boom, saw the video, and then Pac's career started to take off.
DJ Premier, MC Eiht are here.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, hey there.
Tracy G.
Yes.
In effect.
Yeah. So a lot of rappers, their go-to, I think, weapon for addressing another that they got beef with is obviously social media.
Right.
Now, I think it's been said that maybe the longest standing beef in history was what you had with Quik.
Right.
How bad did it get? And what kind of advice can you give rappers now when you think about the resolution and just the entire impact of it?
Well, yeah, me and Quik had a serious, long-standing beef, and I think it basically was because he was a Blood and I was a Crip.
Yeah.
So that's how it really started. And it got to the point to where, fights and gang affiliations and jumpings and, shots fired and all that. And hip-hop beefs are significant to a point. I mean, come on. We had a lot of them. And a lot of them were good for hip-hop when they are to the scale of just music and on that level. But like I said, I think because of where we came from and because before I started rapping and probably before he started rapping, we were gangbanging. So the disrespect came from just being enemies from different sides of the streets. So I think that enabled it to boil over to a higher point than what music was because of how we lived in Compton. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't get along. Like, if I never met Quik in my life or whatever, it still would have been that highest scale of beef because of the neighborhood affiliations. And like you say, now they got social media, and now it's basically accessible to beef with dudes. Like, man, come on. I'm gonna say what I want to, put it on camera, whatever, and then take it off so nobody can see it before it escalates. So my thing today about dudes with beefs is like, if it's just for gimmick and imagery, maybe you should come about it another way. I loved it, the LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee. They knew how to keep it on record.
Right.
I'm gonna bag on you, I'm gonna say something about you, and we're gonna keep it on record. But like I said, nowadays a lot of artists got to prove their worth as far as being affiliated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they don't really want to do it, but they.
But it
the
makes
battery is in the back.
And then when you got co-sign, because it used to be my homies. man, this nigga saying this and he talking about the hood and he talking about the neighborhood. Oh no, this is death. You know what I'm saying? So anytime he go do a show, we showing up. Anytime, and we had to go through that, and it brought a lot of trouble as far as just trying to enjoy who I was as a MC.
Yeah.
I always believed that when I started making music, I just wanted to be cool with every motherfucker. Right. I want to go everywhere. I want to perform everywhere. I didn't want to have to go through the ills of what I did when I was banging in junior high school and dudes pulling up on me on bus stops like, where you from, and pulling out guns and chasing you down the block and So I felt when I got into music, I didn't want to incorporate that, but you can't let that live you down when you've been banging and you've been representing something before that started. And like now it's like, social media uplifts things, everything now. So people can find a way to get into your head quicker. So my advice is for dudes is just find another way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's just on some, I don't like his beat or he a fake dude or whatever. If you don't know a cat from some real shit, then just leave it on wax, man.
Yeah.
Like I said,
and
because
the dope thing is
we really banged on wax. That's what I tell people. Like when people heard us, we had the Crips and the Bloods and whatever, but we really banged because that's what we did before hip hop gave us a way out. Right. So it kind of kept us stuck in that element, even though, me and Quik, we work together now. We got 2 songs together and we see each other today and shake hands and have a drink and be like, what's up? But back then, because he was from somewhere and I was from somewhere, and then you got the OGs like, man, who's this nigga, man? We gonna, so you feel you owe. But like I said, nowadays, cats seem like they do a lot of it to get their music noticed or their image noticed, or niggas don't really know me right now. So let me go beef with homeboy right quick. Or let me
get
go
my
say
name up.
There you go.
Yeah, get my fame up.
Hey, and speaking of the gang conversation, I've learned so much from you just in this conversation about understanding the context of the gang culture. I'm curious, though, we talked about politicians and government officials not being able to do anything about the gangs, and for obvious reasons, need for education, jobs, housing, etc. But is it the fundamental issue that members of the gang society and culture don't feel like the government officials understand who they are and why they do what they do, so then therefore they can't come to the table to provide solutions and resolutions?
A lot of brothers on that scale feel that there's no hope for tomorrow. And if you're not here with me and you don't wake up like I do every day and see the L's of me trying to make ends meet or feed my kids or trying to find a decent job, and I don't want to live here in Compton where the whirly bird is still up in the sky and I'm getting still racial profiled, and just because somebody know me from 30 years ago that I used to bang, I still got enemies out here. So it's like a no hope thing. And when you talk about the government assistance and trying to do these programs that come in, they start looking at them in a negative light because it never works for us. Because, you know what I'm saying, you've been talking that for hundreds and hundreds of years, and we still stuck in this poverty, in this situation of can't get out. So that's really what the aspect of it is. Brothers feel like there is no way out. So I'm going to keep representing what I represent because it's giving me a little cash, it's giving me a little respect, and it's giving me a little sense of belonging around cats that respect me. When you talking from the outside in a suit and tie trying to come in and change something, when we know it's really not going to change anything for me. As that single black dude who's been over here for 40 years living on the same block, having to watch my back. You know what I'm saying? So that is what brothers feel. There is no hope for tomorrow. I've been here 40 years and I ain't never left. And I'm not leaving because there's no opportunity for me to leave.
MC Eiht, ladies and gentlemen. The album is Which Way Is West.
Yeah.
I think Panchy, what up, baby?
Yo,
Who we got on the line right now?
What up, Panch? NYGs.
What's going on?
From the third.
All right.
Panch, what up with you, man? I thought you was coming in.
Yeah, man. Preem don't take me nowhere. I ain't got no.
Yo, Panch wanted Eiht and shout to Crip Dave. He wanted him to have a sleepover and shit. he took him to Al's to get some soul food. He took him they watched the fight.
Where you take Eiht at?
I took Eiht to a soul food spot in the Bronx called Uncle Al's.
Oh, wow.
Me, him, and Dave, Crip Dave, and then we went back to my house and watched the fight. and me and Dave fell asleep.
Niggas fell asleep.
Fell asleep.
And they was sleep on the undercard fight. Niggas was already. They went and got them some pillows and some little cover and shit. They was on the couch, knocked out, like done.
Yo, that soul food did it.
You know, me and Premier got the radio show on the other station. I don't know if I can say it.
Hey,
but,
Pants, you home, man. You can say whatever you want to say, man. Where's the station at? Talk to him.
Well, it's Hip Hop Nation is the station. The name of the show is live from headquarters every Friday night, 10 p.m. to midnight, channel 44.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Sway.
Oh, of course, man.
We got a dope drop from Sway, too, that we play every Friday. But we had Eiht up Friday. And I forgot to ask Eiht a question. If it's all right with you, Sway, would I be able to ask him something real quick?
Absolutely, man. Would you please? Go ahead.
What's up with the Olympic swimmer, Ryan Lochte?
Who is that?
Ain't that the dude that tried to steal Gia?
Man, I've heard people try to take Gia from ever, and I just do it like this, man. Do what you want, but just remember where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been saying Gia since 87, and the way I say it, I use it with a G, and that's the way I just feel about it. I mean, I don't beef. I don't go after people. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Man, you like it, man, run with it. It just showed me that people pay homage to what I created. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you know. But you know now. Gia.
Ryan Lochte need the name. Say where he got it from.
Exactly. I mean, it's all official.
That's appropriation, man. Without representation.
He's a known liar.
Okay.
I mean, real talk, Heather. Real talk.
Hey, Panchy, hold on the line, man. Thanks for calling in, brother. All right. And I always listen to y'all. Y'all always showing us love, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Heather comes by and brings us some one of those good old meals. She needs a show on a major network. Cause
we working on that, Primo, and I'm involved too, brother
Yes,
Heather. Whether Heather want me to or not, I'm
she
involved.
You're
involved with that.
Yo, on the reels, she can make boogers. I'd eat them. Sauteed boogers.
Hold up. Hey, before you go, man, we somebody bring Rich Nice in here, man. Rich Nice outside. We got.
I saw Rich Nice out there bubbling out the window.
Yo, man, the album is Which Way Is West. We already been playing at Compton Zoo, and we just played Last Ones Left. I'm trying to figure out which one should I end with, Primo.
We got that. We just shot a video to that too.
Okay, got that.
And that's me rapping on, and I rapped on the hook. You know, I don't rap much.
Yeah. Primo's rapping on a. You know, he's trying to take out. Cause Diamond D. Dre.
Oh yeah.
Kanye. All the producers.
I told him, go ahead and do that hook, Primo. He was like, you think I should do it? I said, man, if you don't go and get that hook on.
When them together, like, who makes a decision? So
I call for permission.
That cat, man.
I asked for permission,
and I turn around quickly and be like, man, whatever you want to do, Primo.
and I did write my own hook myself.
Yes, he wrote it.
No ghostwriters.
No ghostwriter on the hook.
Okay, all right.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.